Hello, everybody. Hello. We're back. Playing some more Final Fantasy. Okay, where is this at? I can. The area is secure. Whatever our visitors' purpose, they plainly believe they can achieve it alone. The craft should come into view at any moment. Let us await them inside the castrum. What is this? What are they doing?
A smoke signal? Thoughts, Yugiri?
In former times, such signals were used to announce the coming of an emissary of peace. In Doma, at least. But could that truly be their intent?
Who can say? Whatever they want, we cannot simply blast them out of the sky. Not when they were so gracious as to honor one of our cherished traditions. I would not have it said that we Domans want for propriety.
Then I shall go and reconnoiter.
Nay, that won't be necessary. We will meet them openly. I would welcome this student of Dorman history in person, whomsoever he or she may be.
As you wish, my lord. I shall arrange for a signal of our own to be fired in answer.
Suspicious. Who is this?
Well, that we should be received by the Lord of Doma himself.
I but afford an emissary of peace the courtesy he is due. Welcome to Doma, my lord.
Ah, where are my manners? I am Asahi Sas Brutus, Ambassador Plenipotentiary of Garlemald.
He is heir to the Naiuri clan, and Yotsu's stepbrother.
It seems I need not introduce myself, not in the presence of the famed Yugiri Mistwalker. Your skills as a shinobi are known far and wide, my lady. It is true. The former acting viceroy is my sister. Yet, bonds of kinship aside, we have precious little in common. As will soon become plain, I come not to sow strife, but to end it. I am of the Populares, a collective which represents the interests of the common man. Long have we labored to bring about reform to the Empire's provincial policy. Happily for us, our master acknowledges the need for change. Indeed, His Radiance, Emperor Varys Zos Galvus, personally sanctioned this mission, granting me the authority to speak with his voice.
I don't trust that.
To negotiate peace with Dorma.
Really?
Well then, we have much to discuss. Will you accompany me to my hall?
Gladly, my lord.
Cool, cool. We shall escort our guests across the river to the Enclave. Yugiri, pray go on ahead to the Yuzuku Manor docks and see that the ferries are ready. Oh my goodness. Alright. This might as well happen. Is there a... No. Lord Hiena and I will accompany the Imperial delegation on the first ferry. When you are ready, speak with the boatman and join us on the other side. Okay. Do you want me to call Alphino or... All are free to travel in and out of the Enclave. Do you seek passage? Yes. What? Can't fly here. Ridiculous. Hold on, just a minute. I'm getting a call. Sorry about that. There we go. Alright, let's continue. There we are, Kondraxica. So, first things first, what do you think of the Enclave? I must say, I'm quite proud of what my countrymen have accomplished in the time. We even have an Aetherite now, courtesy of Onishishu. Be sure and attune to it, would you? Once it has the Warrior of Light seal of approval, people might actually start using the thing. But on to the matter of hand. The ambassador and his retinue are at my hall, taking their ease and ahead of the blah 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 blah. Taking their ease ahead of the negotiations. I want you there when the talking starts. It will serve them to send a message to the Empire that Eorzea and Doma stand united. I am not normally one for hollow posturing, but in this game of nations, such gestures carry weight. Oh, and should you feel uneasy about speaking for the Scions, Alphino and Alizé will also be there. You need only eat, drink, and look imposing. Say you'll come? Oh, very well. I'll be there. I knew I could count on you. When you are ready, come and join me at my humble abode, the Kinkan. The guardsmen will see you in. Amazing. Lord Hien is expecting you. May I show you in? Yes. Ah! Where did my person go? It closed. There we go.
On behalf of my delegation, I offer you my humblest thanks. Never did I imagine that I would meet the gallant and noble Lord of Dorma himself, nor be welcomed into his magnificent hall.
You'll forgive me if we forgo the pleasantries. You say you are come to negotiate peace. Unless I am mistaken, such negotiations are typically conducted between sovereign nations. I was not aware that the Emperor had recognized Doma's sovereignty.
His Radiance has yet to do so, that much is true. Know, however, that he has expressed willingness to cede Doma to her ancestral masters and treat with her as a friend. Since the days of Emperor Solus, the Empire has aggressively expanded its territory. While you may not agree with our founding father's policy of expansion, I believe there is room for discussion on the matter of his lifelong goal, to rid the world of icons. Icons are a blight upon this star. They cannot be suffered to exist. This you know as well as we. In his wisdom, Emperor Varus wishes to explore the possibility of an alliance to combat this common threat. On the condition that Dorma renounces summoning and pledges to police the Korgin's practice of it, his Radiance would extend the hand of friendship.
What makes you think they haven't already done that?
Doma has never shown any appetite for summoning, and it should go without saying that we will address any threat to our people, icon or otherwise. With regard to the Korjin, I must stress that they only resorted to summoning under extreme provocation. When the Ruby Sea was at peace and their sacred relics safe, they looked not to their kami for protection. Yet even now there are certain parties who would destabilize the region with ill-conceived military forays. Unless they alter their course, we cannot hope to be rid of icons.
Brutal.
Quite. I can but apologize. In seeking to eliminate icons, the Empire creates them. 'Tis an irony among ironies, one with which the people of Eorzea are well acquainted, I am told.
Indeed. Many summonings are the result of persecution, the weak being driven to call upon the divine for deliverance from the strong. So it was in Alamigo, the bitter fruit of Garlean oppression.
A tragic state of affairs. If we are to put an end to summoning once and for all, it shall not be through might, but harmony. Yet we continue to repeat our mistakes, oblivious to the lessons of history. My comrades and I would change all that. We, Populares, have campaigned long and hard for a shift in imperial policy. And at last, the Emperor has seen fit to lend us an ear.
Has he?
Alas, there is a faction within Garlemald that would obstruct our every attempt at reform. A collection of pure-blooded Garleans who seek to consolidate their own supremacy. The Optimates.
Of course.
Lest you wonder, theirs was the hand that loosed our forces on the Confederacy. 'Twas a regrettable incident, one that flies in the face of everything we believe. And I swear to do all in my power to prevent a reoccurrence.
That would be most welcome. But if I may speak plain, if the Empire itself is not of one mind, how can we be certain that any peace we negotiate will be honored?
I cannot blame you for doubting us. Indeed, I should find it strange if you did not. And so, in the name of building trust, I would like to make a proposal. A prisoner exchange.
What prisoner?
Under Garlean rule, no few Dormans were conscripted into the Imperial Army. We would repatriate them in return for those of ours you captured in the recent conflict. Naturally, any exchange would include the acting Viceroy.
Yotsu? What makes you think we have her?
Forgive me, my lord. Was it not your wish to speak plain? Let us not play games. I desire only to work to our mutual benefit. The Optimates tried and failed to take my sister by force. I would succeed by peaceable means, thereby strengthening my party's hand. 'Twould be a lie to say I would not also be glad of my sister's safe return.
Dude, she hates your guts. If she didn't have amnesia right now, she would hate your guts.
A fellow plain speaker. How refreshing. Very well. Your proposal has merit, but I will need time to consider it.
Of course, my lord. May we remain in Dorma until you have come to a decision?
You shall be our honored guests.
Yikes.
Yugiri, I leave the ambassador and his retinue in your care. See that they are well looked after.
You have our gratitude, Lord Hien. We shall look forward to your answer.
This Garlean is taller than the Ellison. Hi, Hien. That was suspicious. Well, that was unexpected. You can say that again. I still don't know quite what to make of it all, but on the surface, a prisoners exchange does seem a good way to begin. The question is, can they be trusted? They had not to gain by divulging the details of their internal divisions. As it stands, we have no reason to doubt them. But the ambassador's mention of Yotsuyo left me ill at ease. It made his grand talk of peace seem uncannily like a lengthy preamble. You think this all might be a ruse to facilitate her retrieval? Perhaps, though I cannot fathom why they would go to such lengths. Yotsuyu may have been the acting viceroy, but she is not Garlean, nor even highborn. Her value must presumably lie in what she knows. Which brings us to the little matter of her memory loss. In her present condition, she would not yield any worthwhile intelligence, nor is she worth much as a bargaining piece. Alphino, you are well acquainted with the Empire's methods. I would have your thoughts on this matter. My knowledge is at your disposal, Lord Hien. While the ambassador's proposal is appealing in principle, it would be remiss of us not to give it due scrutiny. Indeed, though it seems to me I have little choice but to accept regardless. With so many of our brothers and sisters languishing in imperial camps, I cannot well turn my back on a chance to secure their reparation. Only the kami know when I will be afforded another. But ere we continue, shall we excuse these two? I fear what follows will bore them to tears. I was about to show myself out as it happens. Come on, Kendraxico, let's leave Alphino to dispense his copious knowledge. Okay. Someone is still sore from being made to watch at Sakazuki. Go on and keep Alize company. We are safe enough for now. Okay, bye. Have fun. I'm so grateful that Hien was like, this is gonna bore you guys to tears. I'm like, you're right, I'm an adventurer. I don't want to be here for the diplomatic. A chance to relax at last. I know when I am out of my depth, Kendraxica. Though no weapons are drawn, a negotiation is no less a battle, and the stakes can be every bit as high. One misplaced word and people could die. It takes someone with a cool head, and I'll be the first to admit that's not me. So we're left with the eternal question, what to do while they prattle on? Ba 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 ba. Alright, for want of a better suggestion, what say you to a brief tour of the newly liberated Doma? I'd be interested to hear how the people are faring in their own words, and not as if it's not as if we'll be missed here, or will we? Man, I can't read today. Kendraxica, a moment, if you would. Sure. Ah, Yuri, and Asahi, was it? You have some business with Kendraxica? Business? No, pleasure, my lady. I merely wish to exchange a few words with the famed slayer of gods and champion of Eorzea. It is truly an honor. Such heartfelt admiration, one could almost forget that you're an envoy of the Empire. Oh, is that so strange? We may have stood on opposing sides in the past, but I see no contradiction in lauding the woman who would do battle with our common enemy. Unless you forget, this is my homeland. It would be remiss of me not to at least thank her for containing the threat posed by the Kojin's vile icon. They didn't even summon that. It just happened. The Red Kojin were like, what? What's going on? That was all what's-his-face. Now, if I may continue, as we speak, Lord Hien deliberates over my proposal, and I would take this time to see the land I once called home. Though Lady Yugiri is certain to be a jovial escort, the excursion would all be the more enjoyable for your company, and safer besides. The ambassador has the right of it. He is not like to come to harm with you at his side. Will you join us? He'll be safe with you, Yugiri. No, it'll be my pleasure. I don't care. In that case, I will join you as well. There is naught else to do until Lord Hien has reached his decision, and I can think of no finer way to learn more about the current state of Doma. It's settled then. The four of us shall make a brief excursion through Yangxia. Might we start at the town of Monzen? I would see that what has become of Doma Castle. Very well, if you will follow me. I'm right behind you. Ba, 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 ba. Hello. Nay, can this truly be Monzen, home to the cream of Doma's samurai? I had heard that Yotsuyu intended to send some few of our automata here, but only by way of warning. It should not have come to this. Indeed, her savagery served only to incense the people and spur them to rise up and protest. It was folly to think such methods of governance could ever prove effective. The sooner we can begin to make amends for this senseless destruction, the better. Securing supplies and support for the reconstruction effort should not prove difficult, once our nations are formally at peace, of course. Yes, of course. If you would have a better view of what remains of the castle, we must proceed through the ruins. It is a travesty. A travesty! I remembered the keep being so beautiful in the light of the setting sun, one would swear it was aflame. It is indeed a doleful spectacle. Mayhap we will rebuild it one day, when we have finished helping our people rebuild their lives. Spoken like a true popularis, the needs of the people must, of course, come first. Speaking of whom, would you be opposed to my seeing how they live firsthand? The village of Namai is but a short journey from here, if I'm not mistaken. By river, yes. If you will follow me, I will ready our boat. This is done here. Ah, cool. Ready to cast off? Yeah, sure. Surely we won't have to fight. Surely.
Get back! I'm warning you!
Someone's in trouble.
What?
Are you all right?
Hi.
I'm here.
What do they want with you?
Yuki, and you lot too. I don't know. We were returning from the Enclave when they came at us.
It seems they won't go quietly.
And neither will we.
cool. Do.
Leave this to me.
What? No! What do you want? What are you doing? Wow.
An opening.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. No. Did we do it? Come on. Alright. My goodness.
That seems to be the last of them. You have nothing to fear, child. You are safe now.
Thank you, sir.
You saved us again. Thank you. If you're ever passing by our village, look us up. You'll always be welcome.
Of course.
Thank goodness we arrived when we did.
Indeed. But what could have prompted the Red Kojin to stray so far from the Ruby Sea?
I presume these are the sellswords hired by Yotsu. If so, the answer is simple. Desperation. Bereft of imperial employment,
Oh, man.
they seek other means to line their coin purses. Another sad legacy of the Empire's mismanagement.
My guy. You are so obvious. You don't know anything. You hired these guys to go after a couple of children in this random village so that you could be like, look how righteous I am.
The empire to which you have sworn allegiance.
Must you always be so pointed?
Yes.
If we are to bring about lasting change, we must look beyond narrow allegiances.
Narrow allegiances? Are you Doman? What is...
You have every right to doubt me, but in time, I hope you will come to see that we share a common goal. You and yours have fought fiercely to change the Empire from without, but if we are to end the cycle of conflict, the Empire must change from within. Am I wrong?
What makes you think we believe that you can? The Garleans don't like anyone who's not Garlean. Not about that. True reform can only come from within.
I knew you would understand. You have witnessed such change firsthand, after all, during your time in Ishgard.
Oh my gosh. How do you know so much? I don't trust you. Dear me, I had hoped to convey my views on our nation's shared hopes under more peaceable circumstances. Yet this regrettable little interlude did afford me a chance to see the famed hero of Eorzea in action, and few Imperial soldiers can say that. At least, few who lived to tell the tale. Alize, he orchestrated it. Alize! Quite the swordsman, isn't he? I wonder, did the Empire train him to kill before or after appointing him ambassador? Fair enough. Well, after that little ordeal, I believe it may be time for us to return to the Enclave. Return, my lord, but what of Namai? You seemed so eager to observe villagers going about their daily lives. To be frank, I still am, but I rather doubt the good people of Namai would take a kindly to the sight of a strange man in imperial uniform with blood still dripping from his blade. Even in your company, my presence would only prove a distraction. Fret not, however. Thanks to the three of you, I have seen a great deal more than I otherwise would, and with any luck, Lord Hien will have finished considering my proposal by the time we return. I don't trust you! Is this gonna be like that time when Alphino was like, aren't the Crystal Braves great? And I just had to sit there the whole time being like, no! Everything about them is so fishy. I really hope that much quicker this time I can be like, this man is lying, and people will be like, yeah, we know. This man does not know how to trick people quite as well. Gosh, it's making me do this I gotta do this. Please tell me you don't trust it. Thank you again for agreeing to join me. If not for your aid, the Kojin may well have overwhelmed us. Pray go on ahead. Lord Hien is expecting you. I will remain without and keep watch over our guest. Well, we had best not keep him waiting. You're a liar. I don't trust you. You're so obvious. Please, can we talk about how that was clearly staged? Welcome back, my friend. Yugiri tells me you accompanied her and Asashi on a tour of Yanxia. I had hoped you might take the opportunity to recover from your exertions at Sakazuki. Never. I never rest. I'm the warrior of light. But I gather your time was well spent. Until the ambassador affords Yugiri a chance to make a full report, however, I must rely on you to supply the details. So please, tell us how it all unfolded. He was like, we gotta go to this place. And then they show up out of nowhere, and they're so far away from the Red Ruby Sea. It's so suspicious. The Red Kojin, here, have there been any other such incidents since the liberation? Not that I am aware of. If they are planning some new venture here in Yanxia, we will need to increase patrols. In any event, I am indebted to you for fighting them off, but tell me, and don't be modest, was Asahi truly the first to leap into the youngster's aid? He was. I was quick to doubt him when we first met, but his desire to save them seemed quite genuine. Oh my gosh, they're falling for it! This is the Crystal Braves all over again! It's possible he truly believes what he's saying. In the time I've known you, you have always been an excellent judge of character. What do you make of the ambassador? I don't trust him. I still don't think he can be trusted. It was so suspicious. Then the question of what his true intention may be remains. Regardless of his aim, I am resigned to playing his game, for now at least. Well, forswearing summoning should be simple enough, considering you never dabbled in it in the first place, which just leaves somewhat thornier question of how to police the Red Kojin. It was with that very question in mind that I sought Alphino's counsel. Thanks to his knowledge of the icons and the rituals used to invoke them, I believe we've identified a workable solution. As you will recall, Susanoo was summoned forth using the power of relics locked away in the Kojin's treasure vault on the island of Zeki. Though said relics remain there to this day, it is all but certain that the act of summoning exhausted their stores of ether, making subsequent summonings impossible. Assuming that is the case, preventing the Primal's return rests on denying the Red Kojin the means to amass new stores of ether, either via the acquisition of crystals or the relics they are so wont to collect. For this, I plan to enlist the aid of our friends the Blue Kojin. Since Doma's liberation, we have forged closer bonds with Bunshin and his people, and with their support, I am quite confident we can keep the Red from obtaining what they require to call upon this Susanoo. And what of the prisoners? They will be exchanged as agreed, and I will give full credit to Asahi for the success of the transaction. If there's aught we can do to help the populares garner favor, I mean to see it done. Oh my gosh. It was too convenient. But first I have some unfinished business to attend to. Would you all come with me? Yes, of course, but what manner of business? Past mistake which I would see put right. One which has weighed heavy upon my mind. Oh, hi. Oh, darling.
I had her brought here in secret while the three of you kept our guest company. The world has not been kind to you, it is true. But that does not excuse your sins. You should be at the bottom of the river. Yet here you are, the living, breathing proof of my failure. A failure for which I would now make amends.
What did I do? I don't remember. Was it really so terrible? Tell me, please! What did I do?
You speak of sins, my lord. But at whose feet do those sins lie? With the soldiers who committed the crimes, or those who commanded them to do so? With both, I would say. For all have a conscience, and all must choose. But with no memory of who she is, or what she has done, what sin remains to be cleansed?
You ask that I show mercy.
I ask why the heavens saw fit to deny me my rest. Why Yotsuyu was spared not only death, but the bitter memories of her life.
You truly think it the will of the Kami? If so, her life is not mine to take. It is yours to safeguard.
Yeah, but what are we gonna do about the
Coming
prisoner
out of the
exchange?
If her memories have not returned, she may remain here in Doma to live out her days as Tsuyu. But if they do, the Garleans shall have their viceroy. Though the people will protest, they will come to accept my decision when they have been reunited with their loved ones.
Thank you, my lord.
Now then, I believe we have kept our guest waiting long enough. Did Gosetsu not seem strange to you? His
Yeah.
sympathy for Yotsuyu apart, I mean. I know his powers of endurance only too well, but after all he has suffered, even he should not be on his feet. He puts on a brave face for our sakes, but it would not surprise me if he lacked the strength to raise his blade. Though I suppose if he and Yotsuyu are to enjoy a life of peace and quiet, he will have little use for it. It falls to us to shape that future, one in which he need never again set foot on the battlefield.
He does seem a little sad. Gosh. I can't use any of this. With Yotsuyu safely in Gosetsu's care, all that remains is to answer Asahi's proposal. I realize other matters demand your attention, but I would ask you stay a while longer to see this business through.
My apologies. Our deliberations took longer than expected.
Think nothing of it. The time afforded me the opportunity to go on a rather rousing excursion through Yansha. You have reached a decision then?
We are willing to cooperate with you in combating the Icon threat, and also in the exchange of prisoners. Assuming you accept our conditions, of course. As you know, your sister is in our care. Due to certain complications, however, we are hesitant to release her into your custody.
Complications?
She was inside Doma Castle when it collapsed. Though she survived, she remembers nothing of her past life, not even her name. To clarify, she is in our care not as a prisoner, but as a vulnerable citizen of Doma.
Are you saying you refuse to release her?
Not at all, if her memory returns before the appointed hour.
And if not, what exactly? You will accommodate her here in Doma?
Well, I sincerely doubt she will be of any great strategic value to the Empire. She spends her days daydreaming of Dango.
Dango? How dreadful.
Yeah.
Very well. In light of our recent misstep in Sakazuki, it seems only fair that I show you the same understanding you have shown us. Though I do have one small request. Regardless of Yotsuyu's value to the Empire, she is yet my sister. Before I leave, might you permit me to speak with her in private?
There's no way. There's no way that you actually care about her. She hates you. I saw her past. She despised you.
Of course. Perhaps you could even bring her a plate of dango. She would be most pleased. Yugiri will see you to her chambers.
I don't trust it. Forgive me, my lord, but has he not been gone over long? Perhaps I should... Calm yourself, Gotsetsu. I understand your concern, but we have to wait. He deserves that much. I am sorry to have kept you all waiting. Thank you for your understanding. Long did I dream of this reunion, but never did I imagine it would be so joyless. A part of me hoped your stories of her condition were just that, but alas, it is as you say. Tsuyu, do you remember anything of this man? Anything at all? No. I am a stranger to her. That much was clear from a single look. I leave her in your care. As you wish. Now, if you'll excuse me, my superiors are long overdue a report. They will be elated to hear of our agreement, of that I have no doubt. As for the exchange itself, once I have obtained the relevant permissions, I will arrange for your people to be relieved of their various duties and sent here to Yangsha. This will take time, of course. Of course, you may rest assured your soldiers will be well cared for until your return. We will also begin taking steps to better counter the threat of the Kojin and their icon. Before you take your leave, there is one other matter. I am informed it was you who took the lead in rescuing 2 young domans from a band of Kojin sellswords. I've not yet had the time to thank you properly. Please, there's no need to thank me. I only did what anyone would do under the circumstances. Fortunately, I was in good company at the time. The blight of the Red Kojin is the Empire's making. Were it not for our transgressions, those children would not have needed saving. The people of Doma have suffered enough, my lord, and I promise to do all in my power to spare them further pain, be it at the hands of the Kojin or indeed the Empire. I pray the Emperor will see things as you do. There may yet be hope for us all. Until we meet again. Oh my gosh. Gosetsu, as before, I leave Yotsuyu to you. I invite the rest of you to join me outside. Let's treat Asahi to a proper farewell. The ambassador's airship awaits at Castrum Fulminus. Let us be off. Thank goodness it just goes to a cutscene.
I wish you a safe journey.
This has been a most enjoyable visit. I look forward to our next meeting. Maxima, would you take the others and see that all is ready for our departure? I simply cannot leave without first giving thanks to the Warrior of Light for accompanying me through Yanchi.
You're making such a big deal out of this thing. You're making such a big deal out of it. You don't need to be making this much of a big deal out of it. I see through you, boy. Ha! I knew it!
Savior of the savages. There will be a reckoning.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that he's showing his true colors immediately. Oh my goodness.
You've nowhere left to run, traitor!
Ignorant savages! Killing us will avail you naught.
Just like Yugiri. Or not Yugiri. Oh my goodness. Yotsuyu.
For every Imperial you cut down, 1,000 more will come. Abandon this foolish endeavor and surrender. You may yet serve our righteous cause.
How dare you speak of righteousness? You who forsook kith and kin to serve conquerors! Be glad I grant you this mercy. What in the...
Oh, cool.
Reinforcements? No, just one. Cut him down!
He just blew you away in one blow. I'm so glad the echo works cinematically.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Xenos doesn't care about your thank yous.
This one is promising. Who remains to offer us resistance?
A host of rebels led by Lord Cayenne hold the Enclave across the river.
Lord Cayenne.
The king of the former king of Dorma, sir. They say he is one of the greatest swordsmen alive.
Is that what they say?
Who was that?
Surely you jest. That was Xenos Galvus, legatus of the 12th, the Crown Bloody Prince. I heard he was strong, but that was frightening.
That was Lord Xenos.
I don't like the affectionate, like, ooh, he was so cool look in your eyes, my guy. Are you gonna stab me in front of all these people?
Everything you are, your power, even your face, it vexes me.
Are you doing this in a no one will believe you way? Like...
Go on. Lash out like the beast you are. At an emissary. And jeopardize the newfound peace between Dorma and the Empire.
You are so sneaky. Oh my gosh, they put me higher up on the hill.
My lord was destined to lead us unto a glorious new age. Your light is nothing to his radiance.
Did no one see him get in my face like that? He had to do so much.
Cherish this moment. Lock it away within my heart. Until the day we meet again.
Bye. I feel really good about being vindicated immediately. Hey, yeah, we shouldn't trust him. He just threatened me and got up in my face and I got this echo. He super idolizes Xenos. Hey guys, he super idolizes Xenos and we shouldn't trust him at all. Oh.
You look troubled, my friend. Was it something he said?
His face, what he said, the memory I got. It was all icky.
Of all the memories to witness.
I had my doubts about him, but I would never have guessed he was a disciple of Xenos. My lord.
Calm yourself, Eugidi. I set no store by him or his enlightened brethren. But if by treating with them there is even the faintest hope, we might secure the return of our conscripted brothers and sisters, I must play this game. After the way I risked their lives in the rebellion, I owe them that much.
My lord, you bear no blame for their fate.
If not blame, then responsibility. They were prisoners, and still I chose to fight, knowing they could be executed in retaliation. But now we have a chance to bring them home. If it means bargaining with a monster, so be it.
I'm so glad that we're all on the same page, and I don't have to go through so much time being like, I still don't trust him.
My lord.
Besides, I think he likes me, which is more than some can say.
I don't think he does. Poor baby. He's so sad. Somebody doesn't like me. It makes no sense. Why would he bother keeping up the pretense for so long, only to drop it right before the very end? Perhaps he no longer thought it necessary, having secured Doma's cooperation in the prisoner exchange. If he truly is a disciple of Xenos, 'tis possible emotion simply got the better of him. Remaining calm around the woman who slew his lord will have taken its toll. Whatever the explanation, now is not the time for hasty reprisals. We shall proceed as planned. The Red Kojin must be placed under surveillance and the Garlean prisoners be made ready for the exchange, but you need not concern yourself with the details. Leave the affairs of Doma to us. When the hour of the exchange draws near, we will call for you. Okay. I should certainly hope so. Whatever the Empire's true intent, we would be on the hand to play our part, either to defend Doma or help us usher in a lasting peace. I had thought we might use this time to return to Eorzea, but given the volatility of the situation, mayhap it would be best if we remained in Kugane. Agreed. Between Yotsuya's amnesia and Asahi's dubious agenda, I'd say we have ample reason to remain in the neighborhood. If anything should happen, anything at all, you must send for us at once. Oh, I will. On that you have my word. Charting a path through this sea of troubles promises to be difficult enough. I am not so proud as to attempt the feat alone. To Kugane, then. Tataru and the others must know of what transpired here. Spend all my money traveling around. Hi! Thanks for your help. My, it seems you're all in quite the predicament. Well, should we receive any urgent messages from Doma, rest assured you will be the first to know of it. Yes, of course. We're discussing ideas to replenish our coffers, but I suppose that all can wait if any urgent news should come through the office. About that. I wish to apologize, Tataru. It was reckless of me to make such a purchase without first consulting you. You may be certain, however, that I mean to reimburse the Scions even if it means drawing upon my personal funds. That's very thoughtful of you, but I'm sure it won't come to that. If Soroban's business proposition is as promising as it sounds, Konjaxica should have no difficulty wiping the red from our ledger. Forgive me, Kendraxica. It would seem I have unwittingly heaped my financial troubles upon you. I swear I will pay you back. Though I fear I will struggle to cobble together anything of monetary value, knowledge I can gather in abundance. To start, I plan to investigate the divisions forming within the Empire. Mayhap Riol and his associates have heard something on the subject. Regardless, the more we know about the politics of Garlemald, the better our chances of predicting the Imperial's next move, which might yield you an advantage on the day of the prisoners' exchange. Knowing what we do of Asai's apparent resentment towards you, I cannot say what he hopes to gain from it. But if there is even the faintest chance of that a lasting peace could be forged between Doma and the Empire, what choice have we but to try? Lord Hien has the right of it. Asai may very well be a monster, but we must play his game, for now. I don't know what any of these are. I'll just take this one. Cutscenes! Arranging the prisoner exchange proved easier than I thought. Yes, my lord will be most pleased. Everything is going according to plan.
Can you truly remember nothing? Nothing at all?
Were we friends?
Yes. We were good friends, you and I. In fact, I've brought you a gift.
No, you weren't.
I pray that one day soon, as you gaze into that mirror, you will remember the woman staring back at you.
Don't do it, Yotsuyu.
It's so pretty. Who are you? Who are you?
Meanwhile, in the Imperial capital... Oh, this guy.
How are you feeling, my lord?
I knew it!
Fine, now leave me.
Question mark, question mark, question mark. Don't even pretend I don't know exactly who this is. And nothing else. Got nothing else. Hold on. I'm gonna go do this. I'll be right back. I'll be right back for the main story quest. I just gotta do this one. Okay, bye. Oh my gosh, where's the... How do we get out of here? Here it is. Oh, thank heavens it kept me on the mount. Here we go. This poor little turtle's gonna get dried out in this lava. Hope you haven't been waiting long, Kendraxica. My apologies for the delay. I thought it best to explain everything to Mistress Chitaru on the way. Honestly, all he had to say was that he'd found a way to make up for Alphino's obscene expenditures. No matter how reckless or dangerous the scheme, if it balances the ledger, I'm all for it. So there's a bunch of monsters living beneath us. What kind of place is this? Well, according to ancient legend, Hell's Lid is where the hero Tenzin defeated a host of Oni. Oni were foul, evil beings that tormented the peoples of the Ruby Sea, and this island was home to many until Tenzin, together with the four lords, drove the Oni into the sea. For his heroic deeds, Tenzin was showered with riches. He then journeyed deep into the mountains, far from the realms of men, and lived in solitude with his companions, happily ever after. And now Kendraxica is being asked to drive the Oni away again? You misunderstand. What I told you was a fairy tale. To the best of my knowledge, no one has ever seen an Oni. If anything, many assume the tale refers to ancestors of the Kojin. So what you're saying is that you've got no idea what's waiting for us down below. In that case, I'll leave this to the experts. If you need me, I'll be hiding behind that rock over there. By experts, I presume she means you and your adventuring companions? I do hope you were not counting on me to join you in the fight. Cool. Can't do NPCs. Okay, well, might as well go back and do this while I'm waiting. Finally. Ah, Kendraxica, impeccable timing. We have just received a letter from Lord Tien. He writes that the Domans are coordinating their efforts with the Blue Kojin to maintain a constant watch over Red. By staying on the lookout for signs of crystal hoarding and the like, they mean to nip at any summoning attempts in the bud, thereby satisfying the conditions for peace set down by the Ambassador. For the Guardians' part, the Populares have sent word that a vessel bearing Doman conscripts is soon to arrive in Yangsha. It would seem that the prisoner exchange is to proceed as planned. Lord Yan requests your presence, and I share his view that you should be on hand at this critical juncture. Sure. According to the letter, Yotsuyu's memory has yet to return, so it looks like she'll be living out the rest of her days in Doma, assuming the Ambassador means to honor the agreement, of course. Before we get to that, however, I think it would be wise to assess her condition one last time. If the Domans have missed any change in her mental state, however slight, it would be better if Ahasi weren't the one to spot it. Agreed. Let us make straight ways for the Enclave then. Lord Hien will be waiting. I trust you will cope in our absence, Tataru? Don't worry about me. I'll be just fine. Just be sure to come back safely. There we go. Donation basket? Huh. Interesting. Hello. I see my letter reached you across the Ruby Sea. Thank you for coming so swiftly. Though I wrote at some length on the subject of the forthcoming exchange, there was one matter I neglected to mention. It concerns Godzetsu. As you may have observed, he returned from his ordeal rather worse for wear, and despite his best efforts to conceal his condition, or perhaps because of them, he recently collapsed. Good gods, is he alright? Confined to bed and grumbling without cease, but he has shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you lest you worry unduly, which was all very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, I think it high time he received some visitors. Might you spare him a moment? Yotsuyu has scarce left his side, and I imagine you are curious to see what has become of her as well. We will visit him at once. Kenjaxica, Alize, shall we? Yeah.
Open wide now.
Please, Tsuyu. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself. I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai? I enjoyed them in my youth.
A persimmon?
Nay, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
I hope we are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
Confined to... A gross exaggeration. A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps, but with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
Take off your clothes.
Gosetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
Oh my gosh, Alize.
My lady, I assure you this is not.
Like, what?
Off with them. We need to wash you. You stink. What are all these scars? There are so many of them.
A life of battle will leave its mark upon a man. Is something wrong, Tsuyu?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
But leave me be, woman! I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
They make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I would think him a doting grandsire and her a muddled grandchild. Indeed, had someone told me a year ago that I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I am relieved to see Gosetsu has lost none of his spirit. Ooh. We'll come back to this. It's easy to forget. Showed me enemies of Donut. But no matter how adamant his will, no man can carry on forever. What is this healer doing? Even if his health returns, the fact remains, he will never be the warrior he once was. We will ask no more. What of his nurse? Oh. It'll be fine. Do. Wow. They're so fast. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. No, we free. There we go. Here. Woo! Run! Ow! Leave me alone! I'm just a DPS! Vulnerability. Ow! How was I too close to him? Ow! Leave me alone! Is this vent? Nope, I don't need that. Bum, bum, bum. Ba, 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 ba. Woo! No way, I got out of that. Ah! Ah! Wait, okay. Ah! Level. Cool. Wah! Look at all these boys. What? Why am I so low on health? Wait, who's attacking me? Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. Like, why am I being attacked? Alright. Woo. I forgot. I forgot my carbuncle. You guys got this. I don't need to pull out my summons, do I? Very cool. It's a Yoda Turtle Man. Ooh. I don't know what this mechanic is. We got this, gang. Whoops. Oh well, whatever. Woo! I wasn't paying attention. Lol. Oh, good. Ow! Whoops. Click the gate. There we go. Ow! Um. No! Be dead! Oh, he's just a little guy! Oh, I got... Oh, good. Everybody left before the loot, so I was the one who got the loot. Great. I love it. He's so cute, this little guy. Okay. Help him! Perhaps we should turn him right side up. You got it, Tataru. Cute little critters. Oh ho ho! A marvelous performance, truly marvelous. But then you did best the Lord of the Revel. By the Kami, a talking turtle. I don't even know where to begin with that one. I trust you will forgive me for my deception. 'Tis something of Far Eastern tradition. The testing of strength and so forth. A bit rote, perhaps, but anyway, welcome to Ryzen Temple. I'm Genbu, guardian of this sacred place and leader of our little collective. Genbu, the self-same Genbu of the Tale of Tenzen, one of the four lords. Under normal circumstances, I would assume you named for the legendary being, but clearly this is anything but normal. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would meet a talking turtle. My guy, you're a talking turtle. Oh, but every one of us here can speak your tongue. Is it truly so surprising? After all, we have lived more than 1,000 years. I knew turtles were long-lived, but I had no idea that was even possible. In this wondrous land of ours, it is said that a beast which lives 1,000 years attains a measure of divinity. This temple is a place where such an auspicious may gather. But take not my word for it. Speak with my comrades and learn their tales. We will talk of the endeavor after. We may as well do what he says. Besides, who knows what valuable secrets some 1,000-year-old animals may know. Okay. Kura Getsune. Hello. A friend of mine, Tanamo Gozen, once called this place home. Possessed of 9 tails, her power far eclipsed my own. But one day she left to live amongst man. What became of her, I wonder. Judging from the way you and that woman are gawping, I'm guessing you're not from around here? Don't know how it is in your homeland, but here, if an animal manages to survive 100 years, it begins to get ideas, delusions of grandeur. Some small power, sure, but nothing much to speak of. Survive 10 times that and you become a full-fledged auspice, though. Speech, magics, it's quite the change, believe me, which is why we call it the change. What? I never said it was something clever. Anyway, point is, don't let other appearances fool you. I could kill you 5 times before you hit the ground, but I won't on account of me being civil, for now. Nue. Kamae Tachi. Hey, that hurt! You didn't have to give it everything you had in that fight, you know. I only just went through the change, so it's not like I was gonna slow you down that much. Well, I suppose you didn't know it was all for show, and I was probably really intimidating. Oh right, you were asking about the collective, weren't you? Let's see, Genbu's the oldest of us. Oldest in the Far East, too, I think. One of the 4 lords, so as you imagine, he's much more powerful than regular old auspices like me. But you probably knew that already. Now that you have a greater understanding of who we are, I shall tell you of the rather thorny predicament we now face. The divinity we auspice is manifest in myriad ways. For example, I possess clairvoyance. And with my preternatural power, I have seen a vision of the Ruby Sea, of Hingashi, subsumed by roaring flames. This is no distant future, I fear, and if we are to avert it, we must needs enlist the assistance of an exemplary warrior, one such as she who faced the Lord of the Revel and lived. What should we do? What should we do? Fear not, little one, for I have a plan, but to understand it, you must first understand the duality which lies at the heart of we auspices. The Aramitama, the primal rage, and the Nigatama, the boundless calm. These elemental forces comprise the soul of an auspice, and it is only when they are in balance that we are truly ourselves. Alas, over great spans of time, or when caught in the midst of tumultuous events, this balance may be disrupted and the soul may be divided. An auspice overcome by the Aramitama is a wild, feral thing, all the more dangerous for their divinity. Calamity and catastrophe invariably follow, tremors and floods which destroy men's works. Auspices can bring about these natural disasters? How frightening. Perhaps, but you must remember that there are auspices who delight in aiding the peoples of these lands, auspices who may have even wreaked havoc in the past. Recall you the tale of Tenzin and the Four Lords? The one Soraban told us before, about a samurai and the auspices who drove the Oni from this island into the sea. Just so, yet I fear his accounting of events is not quite accurate, for it was not Oni that we in Tenzin cast out from this place, but an auspice. An auspice with the power to move heaven and earth, Koryu, wholly consumed by the Aramitama, he stoked the flames in this island's heart until it very nearly erupted in a fiery maelstrom. Tenzin led us in battle against our mad brother, and together we sealed him in this temple. But as the truth of the tale fades from memory, so too do our wards weaken, and I fear, should Koryu break free, he may well finish what he began, and ensure my vision of flames comes to pass. So, long story short, you want Kendraxica to give this Koryu what for when he wakes up? I can do it! I should think not. Her accomplishments notwithstanding, it would be foolish for any mortal to face Koryu without proper assistance, to wit, that of the Four Lords. Regrettably, I am not the young auspice I once was, and to make matters worse, my 3 co-peers have nearly succumbed to the Aramitama. Kami forfend, 3 of the 4 lords have gone mad. The Ruby Sea is doomed. Nearly succumbed, nearly, alas, in marshalling their strength to regain control, they are unable to commit their powers to the preservation of the wards holding Koryu in this prison. And now that you have a full and complete understanding of the situation, we may at last discuss your part in this, warrior. I would have that you and your comrades face mine in battle and quell their raging Aramitama. What say you? So I don't get to kill them? Very well. That's the only way. Oh ho ho, you are an intriguing one, aren't you? We are grateful for your assistance. Let us brook no further delay and introduce you to another of the 4 lords. I informed Byakko of your arrival when you first entered our domain. He should be returning any moment now. Come, come. Hello. I will fight you. Old friend, the day of reckoning draws nigh. The wards will fail and Koryu will break free. Before he does, you must quell the raging Aramitama in your soul, the warrior. This warrior will help. Doubt not her strength, for she has danced with Susanoo himself. A bold, audacious claim, yet if Genbu believes it true, the more I look at you, the more of him I see. A similar presence, perchance. A light. Very well, I will bow to my brother's judgment. Wonderful, then without further ado, I shall bid my comrade relax and surrender to the Aritama. What? Here? Now? Won't he go on a murderous rampage? Why yes, that's rather the point. He will be reduced to the feral beast. And then it will be Kendraxica, was it? Kendraxica's turn to do battle with my brother and help him quell the fury within. But if it all it takes to quell the Aratama's battle, then why do you not do the same for Koryu? Why seal him away? Because it was too late. As I said, Koryu was wholly consumed by the Aratama, not remained of the Nigitama. All that he was forever lost to us. I am losing my mind over these names. The effort I expend to hold back the fury I will instead use to safeguard the calm. If it is then you must act, but know that if you fail, it will only hasten my fall. My soul is in your keeping, Kendrexica. Do you understand? Yes. I got you. Then let us quit this place. Genbu may not mind the chaos, but if I am to wager my everything, I prefer to do so in the land of my birth. I took on those familiar wilds with eyes that may soon belong to another. When you return to the island, look for Furi. He will guide you back here. Given the circumstances, perhaps it's best that we stay here. Would that be acceptable? Oh ho ho, Soroban, was it? Be at ease, I have a task for you and your excitable urchin. Follow me. Did that talking turtle just insult me? I don't know. Oop. Bye, have fun. We are here. My earliest memories are not pleasant. From birth I was shunned by man and beast alike, for my snow-white fur marked me as a harbinger of doom. Cast out and hunted, I struggled to survive. But I endured. I grew older, and one day I resolved to protect this place and those who call it home, for in spite of everything, it was mine as well. In time, they came to see me as a guardian instead of a demon, and yet, for all I have done to rise above the beast within, I may fall to madness and become the sum of their fears. Have faith, you will not fall. Such confidence from one so young, but as age in and of itself, it does not confer wisdom, nor does youth go hand in hand with hubris. I warn you, for centuries my Aramitama grown and festered. Hold nothing back, for I will not. Warrior, the time has come for you and yours to make ready. May the Kami grant you strength and save my soul. You know, I'm just gonna... Don't mind me. It's probably gonna start me over, but I'm just gonna skip it. Let's go see Gozetsu. Skip. They make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I would think him a doting grandsire and her a model grandchild. Indeed, had someone told me a year ago that I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I am relieved to see Gotsetsu has lost none of his spirit. But what a turn of events! I mean, for her to suddenly be watching over him. You couldn't make it up, although I suppose Gotsetsu is an old man. With the way he charges through life, it can be easy to forget. Aye, he has resisted decrepitude with the same defiance he showed the enemies of Doma. But no matter how adamant his will, no man can carry on forever. He has pushed himself beyond the limits of endurance too many times. Even if his health returns, the fact remains he will never again be the warrior he once was. He has given his all for liege and land, and we will ask no more. And what of his nurse? If Yotsuyu is feigning that, well, she certainly has me fooled. This is no pretense. You giddy, out of all of us, I would think you the hardest to convince, so what makes you so sure? I have been spying on Yotsuyu from the shadows, waiting for the misstep that would betray her charade for what it was. But her mask has never slipped, not once. She has remained in character from the first. One evening I watched her as she sat in her chambers unguarded and alone. She had taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare dinner right there on the tatami, a child's game. Even the wariest shinobi would not go to such lengths. I can but conclude that her mind is truly broken. Well, that's good enough for me and everyone else, I would hazard. Aye, the matter is settled. Yotsuyu will become Tsuyu and begin a new life here in Doma. Before that can happen, however, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time to prove that her memory is truly gone. But I would not risk parading her in front of our returning conscripts. Her presence at the exchange will only stir up mutinous thoughts. Understandably, she is good as fastened the chains around their necks. Aye, which is why I mean to conclude this business with Tsuyu first, out of the sight of my countrymen. Will you help me? We are at your service. There is no higher purpose than the pursuit of peace. My thanks. The Garleans are on their way, and we must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We will meet you at the docks with Tsuyu. Mend my clothes, please. Thank you. Shall we wait here then? Lord Hyun should not be long. My friends, have you seen Tsuyu? She is nowhere to be found. What? But the Garleans will be landing in a matter of moments. If she's fled, could it mean her memories have returned? I know not. Yugiri is scouring the streets as we speak, but it's possible Tsuyu has left the Enclave altogether. Captain, a word. Did you perchance carry a fair-skinned woman across the river? A fair-skinned woman, my lord? I do not rightly know. I think... Yes, my lord. Now that you mention it, there was a lady among the passengers whom I do not recall having seen before. Her face was hidden by the brim of her hat, but I remember taking her hand to help her onto the boat. White as fallen snow it was. Was she someone important, my lord? Have I done something wrong? Wrong? No, I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Be at least, Captain. Twould seem that Tsuyu has crossed the river. Kami, help me. No good can come of this. Casting. Cute. Think I can do this one dungeon and then I gotta be done. I should get all of these Aethernet pieces. Cute. That's a dead end. Yay! It's over here. Found a little farm. Cute. Do. Do, do, do. Ba ba ba. Ba ba ba. Oh. Ba 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 ba. I've got a baby alpha now. Cute. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Astrologian. Cute. Level 99. Let me in, I don't have time. Alright, we'll do this. Wasted so much time just waiting. It seems Suyu has gone unrecognized thus far, but Kami help us if someone catches a clear view of her face. I must find her before that happens. Responsibility for her disappearance for all of this lies with me, but I would ask for your aid nonetheless. We are at your service, Lord Tian, now and as before. Let us make the crossing and begin our search. You go on ahead. Someone should let Yugiri know that what we've learned. I'll join you on the other side. We have no way of knowing where Suyu is headed, so we best divide our forces. I will take Kusakari and its surrounds. Alphino, if you would take the road to Costrum Fulminus. Kendraxica, forgive me, but could I ask you to interrogate the residents of Yuzuka Manor? One of the Namazu may well have seen our quarry. If everyone is in agreement, let us board the skiff and hope the Kami smile upon our efforts. You know what? Let me just get here. Gotta log out. I gotta be done. I gotta be done. I have to leave. But thank you so much for watching and joining me. I will be back again later. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you all later. Bye!